legislature, we talk about this a lot, especially the women legislators. There is the culture of online GBV, online gender-based violence. How it comes is in different forms. One, revenge porn. How are we legislating on revenge porn? How are we legislating on that? How are we legislating on nudes? So many public figures have been subjected with having to deal with the issue of photos being put out, photos that they might have consented to while they were in a relationship. So that is also forming part of the amendments that are on the section Offences Bill 2024. And I'm really keen, and I really do hope that the other legislators will see the sense in this, because today you could be safeguarding your children, but also you could be the immediate victim that we are talking about here in terms of the online abuse, in terms of even just having that list of registered sex offenders. You could even be harboring a sex offender without you knowing. It could be an employee of yours. So some of these issues, I think it's time we...
When it comes to technological issues, when the act was passed then, we did have words like sextortion, for example. We didn't have people sharing inappropriate images on social media, for example. We didn't have people blackmailing each other with images that were initially shared in good faith. So as a result of so many emerging cultural issues, technological issues, we decided to come up with a document which we have done a draft, and legislation, for example, is main responsibility.
Houses, the Senate. And I was keen on being part of these amendments and the drafting of these amendments of the Section Offences Amendment Bill of 2024, because times have changed. We have so many things that we need to, first of all, safeguard our children from. Look at the issue of grooming, which is being introduced in this bill. Grooming of children is not considered an offense as at now. And we have a lot of people grooming our children into pornography, grooming our children into all sorts of things, including strange activities and parties. So even legislating against things such as grooming, these are things that now, because of the changes of time, we are now having to deal with. But most importantly, I think for me, this piece of legislation and the drafts that I'm seeing, I want to talk about the gender desks. We have had the gender desks for a long time. The gender desks have not been working. And no one is questioning on why the gender desks are not working. And going through the proposed amendments that I've seen have been put here, including government facilitating the kits, the medical kits that are used in terms of collecting of the evidence. For instance, when you have issues, crimes such as rape. So for me, just the deliberations around the gender desks and how there is need to have the gender desk.
So I'm just calling upon all the legislators in our National Assembly, Senate, to support this bill, that we make sure we safeguard the interests of everybody who has been a victim or is going to be a victim of sexual harassment. I've gone through it, we will enhance it when it comes to the floor of the House, and let me appreciate the organization for coming up with a certain piece of legislation. Count my support as a member of Parliament.
For this is that it is often very difficult to collect forensic evidence where the medics are on strike, both nurses and the doctors, and during that time we have very low convictions because we're not able to collect forensic evidence. Yes, there is an amendment towards that effect. It simply states that it will create regulations, that the Cabinet Secretary will create regulations. However, or historically, what has been happening is that in such instances, the boy is reprimanded and taken to court and is penalized for the same, and nothing happens to the grown child. And we're saying that this is discriminatory. We're also saying that in the event that children are having sexual relationships with each other, they should actually be treated as children in need of care and protection under the Children's Act in Section 142. And thereafter, they will be put through the diversion processes, there will be